Good morning, students. I'm Sangeeta, lecturer in chemistry, branch general section, Institute GPT Narankar, semester 2, subject engineering chemistry and environmental studies, subject code 18C204F. Our major topic is electromotive force, that is EMF, duration 30 minutes, subtopic standard electrode potential, electrochemical series, standard hydrogen electrode, and electromotive force. So these are the small topics. So that's why I'm included all these topics in one period. The teaching aids, PPT, diagrams, animation, wherever required. Let us recollect what we have discussed in last class. So what we have discussed in last class, definition of galvanic cell, construction and working of galvanic cell, differences between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. So these are the three topics we discussed in the last class. So what is galvanic cell? It is a device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy is called galvanic cell. And this galvanic cell is also called as electrochemical cell. So in this cell, spontaneous redox reaction is taking place. Due to that spontaneous redox reaction, chemical energy is converting into electrical energy. So this is the representation of galvanic cell. So we will see the construction of galvanic cell. So here in galvanic cell, we are taking two separate beakers. In that two separate beakers, we are taking two different electrolytic solutions. So in one beaker, we are taking ZnSO4 solution. In that solution, we are dipping zinc rod. This will act as anode. This is called as anodic half cell. And in another beaker, we are taking copper sulfate solution, which is having 1 in concentration. And in that, we are dipping copper rod. And these two rods are connected by an voltmeter. So this is called as cathodic half cell. And these two solutions are connected by one inverted U-shaped tube called salt bridge. So why we are saying this as salt bridge means, so this contains a mixture of salt, that is KCl and KNO3, or you can take KCl and ammonium nitrate. So this is called a salt bridge. So this is the construction of galvanic cell. So here why we are using this salt bridge means, so what is the function of this salt bridge? The salt bridge prevents the mixing of these two solutions, and it also prevents the accumulation of charges near the electrodes, and it makes the electrical contact between these two half cells. Okay, this is about construction or structure of galvanic cell. If you remove this salt bridge and if you remove this voltmeter, the cell will not function. Then come to the working of galvanic cell. Working means what are the reactions taking place, what is happening in the galvanic cell. So this cell is the source of electricity. Due to spontaneous redox reaction, chemical energy is converting into electrical energy. So here at anode, oxidation takes place. At cathode, reduction takes place. Always at anode, oxidation takes place. Always at cathode, reduction takes place. So what is oxidation? Losing of electrons is called oxidation. Gaining of electrons is called reduction. So here this anode zinc rod itself undergoes oxidation. So these are the reactions here. Zinc is giving off electrons and converting into Zn plus 2 electrons. So whatever the ions are formed, they will go into the solution Whatever the electrons are released, they will move to the cathode through the external circuit. There at cathode, what is happening? Copper ions are present. These copper ions will take these two electrons and converts into copper metal. Whatever the copper metal is forming, that will deposit on the cathode. So this is the reaction at anode, this is the reaction at cathode. That is, oxidation is taking place at anode and reduction is taking place at cathode. So this is one off reaction, this is one off reaction. This is oxidation of reaction, reduction of reaction. That's why we are saying anodic half cell, cathodic half cell. So what is the net reaction of this cell? If you add these two reactions, if you combine these two reactions, the reaction taking place at anode and the reaction taking place at cathode combinedly forms the net reaction, total reaction of the cell. So if you see here, left side and right side, you combine. Zn plus Cu plus 2 gives rise to Zn plus 2 plus Cu. So whatever the electrons released at anode, they are taken by this copper ions at cathode. So that's why in the total reaction, we are not mentioning the electrons, because whatever electrons released by this zinc, those are taken by this copper ions. So these electrons are cancelled. So these are the reactions taking place. So due to these reactions, what is happening? So electricity is producing. So if you see here anode and cathode, anode is having negative sign, cathode is having positive sign, whereas in electrolytic cell, anode is positive electrode, cathode is negative electrode. So here, why it is negative sign? Because this rod itself, this anode itself is giving electrons. So that's why it is given negative electron. So here copper rod, it is short of electrons. So it is taking the electrons, it is giving the electrons as it is having electrons. As it is short of electrons, it is taking the electrons. So that's why it is given positive sign. So here this equation is wrong. Zns gives rise to Zn plus 2 electrons. Okay. So this is the representation of galvanic cell Zns, ZnSO4 aqueous. So two vertical lines this indicates. Salt bridge CuSO4 aqueous, single vertical line CuS. So this is the differentiation between electrode and electrolyte. This is electrode, this is electrolytic solution. This is the electrolytic solution, this is the electrode. Okay, this is about construction and working of galvanic cell. We discussed in the last class. Next, what we discussed, differences. So already I told you, if you keep figures, electrolytic cell and galvanic cell in your mind, you can write the differences easily. So first one, definition. It converts electrical energy into chemical energy. Then in galvanic cell, it converts chemical energy into electrical energy. Then it requires source of electricity like battery. There we are using a battery here to pass electricity, whereas it acts as source of electricity. Here cathode is represented by negative sign and anode by positive sign, whereas here opposite, cathode is represented by positive sign and anode by negative sign. Here salt bridge is absent, here salt bridge is present. Here two electrodes are present in same electrolyte. Here two electrodes are present in separate electrolytes. Here one electrolyte is used. Here two electrolytes are used. Here electric current flows from anode to cathode. Here electric current flows from cathode to anode. So these are the differences between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. So these are the topics we discussed in the last class. So today's our topic is different topics, that is what are the objectives. You'll see on completion of this period you would be able to understand. So this is definition of electrode potential, what is standard hydrogen electrode, definition and significance of electrochemical series, definition and formula of EMF. So we are studying today different topics or simple topics, the definition of electrode potential, that is Zenon, SH is standard hydrogen electrode, and definition and significance of electrochemical series, and EMF definition and formula. So first we will see standard electrode potential. So in first semester we studied what is electrode potential. Okay, What is electrode potential? The capacity to lose or gain electrons by an electrode is called electrode potential. The capacity to lose or gain electrons by an electrode is called electrode potential. Okay, it is represented by capital E. So here we are studying standard electrode potential. If the capacity to lose electrons is called oxidation potential, and the capacity to gain electrons is called reduction potential. So here what we are saying, standard electrode potential. So what is standard electrode potential? That is represented by E naught. Only electrode potential, capital E. Standard electrode potential, E naught. Okay. The electrode potential of a given electrode measured at 298 Kelvin and 1 m electrolyte concentration is called standard electrode potential. Means you are maintaining standard temperature and concentration. So the potential of the electrode, which is measured at 298 Kelvin and 1 m electrolyte concentration, is called standard electrode potential. Or you can define the standard electrode potential in another way also. The electrode potential of a half cell and the concentration of electrolyte is unit is called standard electrode potential. So when the potential of an electrode, when its concentration is 1 unit and the concentration of electrolyte is 1 m, so that potential electrode is called as standard electrode potential. So this is about standard electrode potential. Okay, understood? The potential of the electrode measured at this temperature and this concentration is called as standard electrode potential. Or if the electrolyte concentration is unit, the potential of that half cell is considered as standard electrode potential. Okay. Then next come to the normal hydrogen electrode or standard hydrogen electrode. So shortcut is NHE or SHE. This is called normal hydrogen electrode, NHE, SHE, standard hydrogen electrode. So you'll see the construction of standard hydrogen electrode. See here, standard hydrogen electrode. A standard electrode is constructed by placing platinum rod coated with platinum black in 1 m HCl solution, and hydrogen gas is bubbled through HCl at 1 atmospheric pressure. It's called normal hydrogen electrode. So if you see here, this is the beaker. In that beaker, we are taking electrolytic solution, that is HCl hydrochloric solution, hydrogen chloride, HCl 1 m concentration. Then here platinum rod coated with platinum black is dipped in this HCl solution, and we are passing 1 atmospheric pressure hydrogen gas. And here temperature is 298 Kelvin. Okay, so this is the platinum wire. So we are dipping. Okay, so it's copper wire. So this is the construction of standard hydrogen electrode. So we are maintaining here standard temperature and pressure. So that's why we are saying standard hydrogen electrode, or it is simply called as normal hydrogen electrode. Okay. So what is the potential of this electrode? The potential of this electrode is always 0.00 volts. That means 0 volts. It is used as a reference electrode to measure the electrode potentials of different electrodes. So this electrode is used as a reference electrode to measure the electrode potentials of different electrodes. That means by taking the standard hydrogen electrode, we can measure the potentials of different electrodes. For example, if you want to measure the zinc electrode potential, so we will connect this zinc electrode to the standard hydrogen electrode. So like that we can measure the potential of different electrodes by taking this SHE. So SHE is represented as platinum solid, H2 gas, H plus aqueous. Okay, the reaction of SHE is H plus electron gives rise to of H2 gas. Okay, this is about standard hydrogen electrode. So once again I will repeat. So how is the standard hydrogen electrode? So here we are placing a platinum rod coated with platinum black in 1 mHCl, and onto that we are passing a hydrogen gas at 1 atmospheric pressure. Okay, and here we are maintaining a temperature that is 298 Kelvin. So that type of electrode is called as standard hydrogen electrode. So and its potential is 0 volts. And this electrode is taken as reference electrode to measure the potentials of the other electrodes. That means this electrode is taken as cathode, and remaining whatever the electrode potential you want to measure, that will be taken as anode. That means a galvanic cell will be formed. So like that we can measure the potentials of the different electrodes by taking this SHE, standard hydrogen electrode, and this is represented like this: platinum S, hydrogen gas, H plus aqueous. The reaction will be H plus is undergoing reduction and you are getting a hydrogen gas. And next come to the electrochemical series. So what is electrochemical series? So a series of metals arranged in the increasing order of their reduction potentials or decreasing order of their oxidation potentials is called electrochemical series. ECS shortcut. So what is electrochemical series? This is very, very important. So series of metals, it means whatever the metals present in the periodic table, they are arranged in the increasing order of their reduction potentials or decreasing order of their oxidation potentials. So already I told what is reduction potential, what is oxidation potential. The capacity to gain electrons is called reduction potential. The capacity to lose electrons is called as oxidation potentials. So here we are arranging metals either in the increasing order of their reduction potentials or decreasing order of their oxidation potentials. That series is called as electrochemical series. What is electrochemical series? Means a series of metals arranged in the increasing order of their reduction potentials or decreasing order of their oxidation potentials is called electrochemical series. So in electrochemical series, the electrode with more negative reduction potential is placed at the top and the electrode with more positive potential placed at the bottom. So here we are arranging the metals from top to bottom. So the metal which is having more negative reduction potential will be at the top of the series and more positive potential will be at the bottom of the series. So next you have significance of electrochemical series. Significance means importance. What is the importance of electrochemical series? We will see. The reactivity of metals increases along the series. So what happens? The reactivity of the metals increases along the series. Then second point, the reducing ability of metals decreases along the series. The metals with more negative potentials are strong reducing agents. So what is happening here? The reducing ability decreases from top to bottom, and metals with more negative potentials are strong reducing agents. So I have given the series here. So these are the some of the metals arranged from top to bottom in the increasing order of their reduction potentials. So here I have shown that in the increasing order of their reduction potential. That means they are in the decreasing order of their oxidation potentials. So here, so from lithium to platinum. So if you see here, This is hydrogen. So this is having zero potential. So these above elements are having more negative reduction potentials and below elements are having positive reduction potential. So more negative reduction potentials are placed at the bottom of top of the series and positive reduction potentials are at the bottom of the series. So here what we are saying, the reducing ability of metals decreases along the series. It means from the top to bottom, what is happening? It's reducing ability decreases. That means topmost elements are highly reactive. That means they undergoes oxidation. Okay. So which undergoes oxidation? They are good reducing agents. So from top to bottom, what is happening? Its reducing ability is decreasing. And the metals with more negative potentials are strong reducing agents. So which are having more negative potentials? Those are strong reducing agents. For example, zinc is good reducing agent than iron. You see here zinc is above, iron is below. So it is top, it is below. So this is having more negative reduction potential. So it is acting as a good reducing agent than this iron. And next, third point, oxidizing ability of metal increases along the series. So reducing ability, what is happening? Decreasing from the top to bottom. Whereas oxidizing ability, what happens? It increases along the series. Okay. So metals with more positive or less negative potentials are strong oxidizing agents. That means topmost elements are undergoing oxidation, they are good reducing agents. Bottommost elements are undergoing reduction, they are good oxidizing agents. So from top to bottom, reducing ability decreases. From top to bottom, oxidizing ability increases. And the metals with more positive or less negative potentials are good oxidizing agents, are strong oxidizing agent. So if you take silver, silver is good oxidizing agent than copper. So here copper is above, silver is below. So this will be the good oxidizing agent, okay, than this copper. Then the metals placed above in the series displace lower metals from their salts. So if you take any two metals, here we took zinc and copper. So which is the metal placed in the series above? They will displace the lower metals from their salts. So here we are taking copper sulfate solution and we took a zinc and we added zinc to copper sulfate solution. So here which is above in the series? Copper is below, zinc is above. So which is more reactive? Zinc is more reactive. What it will do? It will replace us, it will displace us this copper and form zinc sulfate solution and copper will be separated. So here, this is the salt solution. From this salt solution, what it is doing, it is displacing copper because this is placed above. That means it is highly reactive in nature. So when highly reacted metal is added to any salt solution, so whatever the metal present in that will be displaced by this metal. So as zinc is above in the series, it is highly reactive. This is displacing this copper and forming zinc sulfate and copper. Okay. Then next come to the fifth point. The metals placed above hydrogen in the series liberates hydrogen gas from acids. So whatever the metals present above hydrogen, so they will liberate hydrogen gas from acids. So here, if you take, this is hydrogen, above hydrogen, any metal if you add to acid, so what happens? Hydrogen gas will be liberated and corresponding salt will be formed. So this one we studied in acids and bases also. When metal is added to acid, it liberates hydrogen gas. So this zinc is added to hydrochloric acid, Zn chloride, zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is liberated. So according to this series, the metals which are above hydrogen in the series liberates hydrogen gas from acids. Okay, then next part. The metals placed above hydrogen in the series undergoes corrosion easily. So the metals placed above hydrogen in the series undergoes corrosion easily. So whatever the metals present above hydrogen, they are having more reduction potential. Okay, more negative reduction potential. They are very active in nature. They are very reactive. So what happens? They undergoes corrosion easily compared to the metals present below hydrogen. So these are the some of the important points of electrochemical series, or you can say the significance of electrochemical series. So what is electrochemical series? Series of metals arranged in the increasing order of reduction potentials or decreasing order of oxidation potentials is called electrochemical series. Then come to the significance, the reactivity of the metals increases along the series. And the reducing ability, what is happening? It is decreasing along the series. With more negative reduction potentials are strong reducing agents. Example, zinc is good reducing agent, then iron. Zinc is above, iron is below. The next, oxidizing ability, what is happening? Increases along the series. Metals with more positive or less negative potentials are good oxidizing agents. So Ag is good oxidizing agent than copper. Ag is below, copper is above. And when metals above in the series displaces lower metals from their salts. For example, zinc is added to copper sulfate. This copper sulfate is converted into zinc sulfate. That means copper is displaced by zinc. That means zinc is above, copper is below. So this is more active. That's why it is displacing this copper. Okay. Then next, the metals above hydrogen in the series liberates hydrogen gas from acids. So any metal above hydrogen, if you add to acids, they liberates hydrogen gas and forms corresponding salts. The metals above hydrogen in the series undergoes corrosion easily. Why means they are more reactive in nature. So this is about. And this series, lithium to platinum. That means lithium is having more negative reduction potential and this is having more positive reduction potentials. So this the series of arranging the metals in the increasing order of their reduction potentials or decreasing order of their oxidation potentials. Okay, this is about electrochemical series. What is electrochemical series and its significance of electrochemical series. Next, come to electromotive force or cell potential. So our unit name is itself electromotive force. Okay. So what is electromotive force? You will see here. The difference in electrode potential of two electrodes which causes flow of electricity from electrode of higher potential to electrode of lower potential is called electromotive force. So once again, the difference in electrode potentials of two electrodes. So here two electrodes will be there. So two electrodes are having some electrode potentials. So the difference in those electrode potentials. So due to that difference in electrode potentials, what is happening? Flow of electricity is taking place. So due to the difference in the electrode potentials of the two electrodes, so due to that difference, flow of electricity, that means flow of electrons is taking place. From where to where? From electrode of higher potential to the electrode of lower potential. That is called electromotive force. The difference in this electrode potential causing the flow of electricity. Due to that difference only, what is happening? Electricity is flowing from the one electrode to another electrode. So which electrode to which electrode? The electrode having higher potential to the electrode having lower potential. That is called as electromotive force, or simply we can say EMF. Okay. According to IUPAC system, standard reduction potential is always taken as electrode potential. So according to IUPAC system, so we will take this SRP values as electrode potentials. So what is EMF? Potential difference between two electrodes. That means electrode potential of cathode and electrode potential of anode. So here we have two electrodes, that is anode and cathode. So electrode potential of cathode minus electrode potential of anode, or you can say E right minus E left. So electrode potential of right hand side electrode or electrode potential of left hand side electrode. You see the diagram here, galvanic cell. So always cathode will be on right hand side, anode will be on left hand side. That's why E right minus E left. Electrode potential of right hand side electrode, that is cathode. Here left hand side electrode. Okay, so that's why we are taking E right minus E left, E cathode minus E anode. So here we are taking standard reduction potentials. Standard reduction potentials as taken as the electrode potentials. While calculating the EMF of the cell, we will consider this SRP values as the considered as electrode potentials. Okay, summary. So in this period, we have discussed definition of electrode potential, standard hydrogen electrode, definition and significance of electrochemical series, definition and formula of EMF. Okay, these are the topics we discussed in this period. Okay, then come to the objective type questions. So what type of objective type questions you may expect in this topic? Okay. First question, standard reduction potential of hydrogen electrode is. What is the standard reduction potential of hydrogen electrode? So here some options are given: A 1 volts, B 0 volts, C 100 volts, D 0.01 volts. What is the answer? 0 volts. While studying SHE, I told the potential of standard hydrogen electrode is 0 volts. Okay. Then next come to the second question. Which of the following is the strongest reducing agent? So here some options are given: A lithium, B aluminum, C iron, D copper. So what is the strongest reducing agent? So in the electrochemical series, so first one, which undergoes oxidation easily, that will act as good reducing agent. So lithium is the answer. Then next come to the third. Which of the following metals does not displace hydrogen gas from acids? So which metals will displace hydrogen gas from acids? Which are above hydrogen. Below hydrogen does not displace. So here A aluminum, B magnesium, C iron, D copper. So what is the answer? D is the answer. So this metal will not displace hydrogen from acids. Hydrogen gas from acids. Okay. The next. Which of the following metal does not displace copper from copper sulfate solution? So here, A magnesium, B zinc, C iron, D silver. So answer is D. So metals below hydrogen will, above hydrogen only displaces. Okay. So these are above hydrogen. This is below hydrogen. So here come to here. Which of the following metal does not liberates, not displace here, does not liberates hydrogen gas? Liberates, liberates. Okay. So answer is D, copper. So here this one is which of the following metal does not displace copper from copper sulfate solution? Answer is D. So these are the some of the objective type questions you may expect from this topic. Then come to questions or assignment. So what type of questions? So direct questions: define standard electrode potential, explain SHE, that is standard hydrogen electrode or normal hydrogen electrode. What is electrochemical series? What is the significance of electrochemical series? And what is EMF, and write its formula. So this type of questions you will get from this topic. Among these questions, maximum repeated this question: what is electrochemical series and what is the significance of electrochemical series? The significance you will get for 5 marks, and this electrochemical series for 1 mark definition. And EMF formula definition. So anyways, you have problems on this EMF. If you know the formula, you can solve the problem. Okay. So So assignment also and questions also. Okay. So assignments from this topic, these are the questions. So among this one is very, very important. And the standard electrode potential, get definition for 1 mark and this SHE for 5 marks. With the diagram you have to explain. Okay. So this is about today's class. Okay. What we studied today? Standard hydrogen electrode, standard electrode potential, electrochemical series definition, and significance of electrode potential, electrochemical series, and electromotive force definition and its formula. So in next class we will discuss the problems on EMF. So this electrode potential definition very, very important. So what is meant by electrode potential? We studied this one in first semester. What is electrode potential? The potential of an electrode, the capacity to lose or gain electrons by the electrode is called electrode potential. If the electrode loses electrons, it is called oxidation potential. If the electrode gains electrons, it is reduction potential. The potential of the electrode at 298 Kelvin and 1 m concentration is called standard electrode potential. Or in another way, what you can explain, when the concentration of the electrolyte is 1 m, if that potential of that off cell is considered as standard electrode potential. And this is the SHE. Then one beaker we are taking, that is in electrolytic cell, we are taking 1 m HCl and we are dipping the platinum rod which is coated with platinum black, and onto that we are passing hydrogen gas at 1 atmospheric pressure. So this is the standard hydrogen electrode and its potential is considered as 0 volts, and it is taken as the reference electrode to measure the potentials of the other electrodes. Okay. So then electrochemical series means the series of metals arranged in the increasing order of reduction potentials or decreasing order of their oxidation potentials is called electrochemical series. The reactivity of the metals increases along the series. So here I have given the series lithium to platinum. Topmost elements are good reducing agents and bottommost elements are good oxidizing agents. And here above hydrogen elements displaces, that means liberates hydrogen gas from acids, and metals which are present above displaces the lower metals from their salts, and metals above hydrogen undergoes corrosion easily because they are more reactive in nature. So if you see here, zinc and iron, zinc is good reducing agent, and silver and copper, silver is good oxidizing agent. That means topmost elements are good reducing agents and bottommost elements are good oxidizing agents. So this is the electromotive force definition. Due to the potential difference between the two electrodes, electricity is flowing from one electrode to another electrode. That is electrode having higher potential to electrode having lower potential. That is called electromotive force. So according to IUPAC, this SRP values are taken as electrode potentials while calculating the cell potential. The potential difference between two electrodes EMF is given by this electrode potential of cathode minus electrode potential of anode. That means we are considering here SRP, standard reduction potential. So always cathode on right hand side, always anode on left hand side. That's why E right minus E left. E right means electrode potential of right hand side electrode minus electrode potential of left hand side electrode. So these are the topics we studied in the today's class. So in the next class we will discuss problems based on EMF. Okay, thank you students.